Once upon a time, in a bright blue sky filled with sunshine and soft breezes, lived a tiny cloud named Puff. Puff wasn't just any cloud. He was small, wonderfully fluffy, and incredibly proud of the precious, shiny water drops he carried inside. He would drift lazily above the green fields and colorful gardens, admiring his reflection in puddles, thinking, "My water drops are the most beautiful in the whole world." He loved feeling full and important, holding onto every single drop. One particularly hot summer day, the sun shone with all its might. Down in the garden below, a row of beautiful flowers began to feel very, very thirsty. Their colorful petals, which were usually bright and cheerful, started to droop. A little red poppy with a gentle voice looked up at the sky and saw Puff floating directly above. "Oh, Puff," she whispered, her voice barely a rustle. "You look so full and cool. The sun is so hot, and we are so thirsty. Could you possibly share a little bit of your rain with us?" The other flowers, the daisies, tulips, and bluebells, all looked up with hopeful, tired eyes. Puff puffed himself up, feeling a bit defensive. "Share my water drops," he thought. "But they are mine. I collected them all by myself." He shook his fluffy little body from side to side. "No," he said, trying to sound firm. "These drops are my treasure. I can't just give them away." He floated a little higher, trying to ignore the sad sight of the wilting garden. He told himself he was right to keep his water. After all, what if he needed it later? Sharing it would mean he had less, and he didn't like that idea at all. As the day went on, the sun grew even warmer and brighter. The once vibrant green leaves of the flowers turned dusty and pale. Their heads hung so low they nearly touched the dry, cracked earth. A family of little bunnies hiding in the shade looked up with worried expressions. A cheerful robin, who usually sang all day, sat silently on a branch, his beak open, panting in the heat. The whole garden, once so full of life and joy, had fallen into a sad, tired silence. Watching from above, Puff started to feel a strange new feeling in his fluffy core. It wasn't pride or satisfaction. It was a heavy, uncomfortable ache. He saw the drooping poppy, the worried bunnies, and the quiet robin. The silence from the garden felt louder than any noise. He realized that holding onto his precious water drops didn't feel so good anymore. His treasure didn't seem so shiny when everyone else was so miserable. The sadness from the garden below was seeping into him, making him feel gray and heavy. He took a slow, deep breath, filling himself with the warm air. He thought about the happy songs the robin used to sing and the bright colors of the flowers dancing in the breeze. He wanted that back. He wanted the garden to be happy again. A tiny whisper escaped his cloudy lips. "Okay, I'll share." At first, he was scared. What would be left of him? Would he disappear? But the feeling of doing something for others was stronger than his fear. Hesitantly, he let go of just one drop. It sparkled like a tiny diamond as it fell. Then another, and another. Soon, a gentle, soft shower of rain began to drift down from Puff to the thirsty earth below. The raindrops weren't a big, stormy downpour, but a kind and gentle sprinkling, each one a little gift. They landed softly on the petals of the flowers and the leaves of the bushes. The dry soil drank in the moisture, sighing with relief. As the cool rain touched them, something magical began to happen in the garden. The little red poppy slowly lifted her head, her petals regaining their bright, cheerful color. The daisies perked up, their white faces turning towards Puff as if to say thank you. The tulips straightened their stems, standing tall and proud. The whole garden seemed to take a collective, happy breath. The family of bunnies hopped out from the shade, wiggling their noses in the refreshing air. The robin on the branch fluffed his feathers and began to sing the sweetest song Puff had ever heard. The garden was alive again, filled with color, movement, and music. And as Puff watched this wonderful transformation, something even more magical happened to him. He didn't shrink or disappear as he had feared. Instead, he felt a warm, glowing feeling spread all through him, and as this feeling grew, so did he. He puffed up, growing bigger, brighter, and fluffier than he had ever been before. He was no longer just a tiny cloud. He was a grand, magnificent cloud, glowing with a soft, happy light against the blue sky. The more he gave, the more he seemed to have, Puff finally understood. Sharing wasn't about losing what you have. It was about creating more happiness for others and for yourself. He learned that the true treasure wasn't the water drops he held, but the joy he could spread with them. From that day on, Puff became the most generous cloud in the sky, always ready to share his rain with any thirsty flower or field. And he was, without a doubt, the happiest cloud of all. Because when you share what you have, your heart, just like a little cloud, grows bigger and brighter too. Thanks for listening to our story. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more adventures.